Yo, what's going on, guys? It's Houston Sports Talk back into the video today, and today the Houston Rockets beat the Golden State Warriors 109-94 in Game 2 of the NBA first round. Great game for the Rockets. A near triple-double for Alperen Sengun, looking really good for the Rockets tonight. Jalen Green putting up an amazing performance. 38 points, 8 threes, tying a Rockets franchise playoff record, tying with Chris Paul's last guy that hit that many threes in a playoff game for the Houston Rockets. Unbelievable by Jalen Green and just, really the whole team tonight going out there and playing a great game. We're going to get into the whole game. We're going to get into Jalen Green, Alperen Sengun, the rest of the team, and the complete difference of this game tonight compared to game one. But the thing I want to start off with as a Rockets fan is I'm praying that Jimmy Butler is okay. 8 minutes tonight. He's injured. I want to also shut this down. That was not an intentional play by Amen Thompson. Of course, Warriors fans are trying to make it seem like it was an intentional play by Amen Thompson. Amen Thompson was pushed into Jimmy Butler. It was a freak play. I can't, looking at it, I can't really tell I can't tell if it's Draymond Green or Steven Adams who pushes Amen Thompson into Jimmy Butler. What I can tell you here, if it was Steven Adams, it wasn't intentional. Steven Adams isn't that kind of guy. We're talking about Steven Adams, the guy who literally had a free dunk, but Mason Plumlee was about to have a really bad neck injury, and Steven Adams passed on the open dunk to make sure Mason Plumlee did not fall and have a serious head or neck injury. So Steven Adams is not that type of guy. So I can't really tell who pushed him into Jimmy Butler. That's not what is important. There are Warriors fans trying to seem like I have a friend that's a Warriors fan. He tells me, Amen Thompson is the dirtiest player in the league. I'm like, dude, go look on your guys' side. Draymond Green, that's the dirtiest player in the league. And some of the plays that he made tonight, it was crazy to watch. And I have never, and it got to the point where the Rockets fans started screaming, F you, Draymond. I have never heard Toyota Center, use profanity like they did tonight. I have heard, and I've been a part of it, I don't even know how many times, refs, you suck, whatever that, booing, but never, that's like a Boston or New York type of thing. And Draymond had so many plays like that to the point where Toyota Center just started saying F you, Draymond. And I'm not going to lie, I kind of liked it. But the point I was trying to make is I hope Jimmy Butler's okay. For the Rockets' sake, maybe it wouldn't be bad if he missed a game or two. But at the same time, as a big Jimmy Butler fan, I hate the Warriors. I want the Rockets to do well, but as a big Jimmy Butler fan, as someone who really likes Jimmy Butler, I hope he's okay. And I don't want the Rockets to win because a guy goes down. I want the Rockets to win because they deserve it and because they earned it. So because of that, I hope Jimmy Butler's back out there game 3. All right, but I am hoping he's okay because Jimmy's a great player, and I've really enjoyed watching him the last couple of years. But all right, let's move on. Let's get to this game. A couple things I want to go over for this Rockets team tonight in this Game 2 win. Complete difference than through 3 quarters. Complete difference for this Rockets team compared to Game 1. Here's the crazy thing. 28 points in the first quarter for the Houston Rockets in this game. They had 34 in the first half in their last game. That's a complete difference. Also, another thing, 60 points in the first half of this Rockets team. They had 85 in the last game. So, got a good chunk of what they had in the first half tonight. They had a good chunk of what they had in their last game. Another thing, at halftime, the Rockets had 7 3-pointers. In their last game, in Game 1, they had 6 made tonight. Now, they made a total of 15, so they doubled their 3-pointer makes in the second half, made 8 threes in the second half. So, and they doubled their 3-point makes from Game 1. Went from 6 threes to 15, and that's a huge difference to this Rockets team tonight. And I talked about this before the game. When the Rockets have a poor 3-point shooting night and a poor free throw shooting night that causes them to lose the game like they did in Game 1, it seems like they most of the time bounce back from that and switch it around. And they did tonight from 3, shot 37.5%, which is a lot better than what 20 20%, something like that. I don't even know if the Rockets reached 20% from three, shooting 6 for 29, and missed 9 free throws, I believe it was, barely shooting 50% at the free throw line. The Rockets, when they have games like that, they've had games like that this year that they've lost because of those, because of the poor free throw shooting and poor 3-point shooting. And usually the next game they play, it's a complete difference, and it's like, oh my God, we could have used this the last game. And they did that tonight. Thanks to Jalen Green, his 8 threes, but then there was other guys like Dylan knocked down multiple threes. Tari was 2 for 2 from 3. It was a multiple guy effort thing for this Rockets team tonight, and you love to see it. All right. Let's go over this. Let's go over stats of this game, 109. And then another thing I will go over. Rockets had 87 points through 3 quarters, 85 points in game 1. They had more points through 3 quarters than they did game 1. Now the fourth quarter was their worst quarter of all of them. If you want to go through the quarter breakdown, 28 points first quarter, 32 second, 27 third quarter, and that dropped down to 22 in the fourth. So offensively wasn't as good in the fourth compared to the other quarters. But through 3 quarters, I mean, they played way better basketball through 3 quarters than they did in their last game. So it was unbelievable to watch for this Rockets team tonight. Let's go over some stats. 38 for Jalen Green, first Rockets player to have 30 points in a playoff game since James Harden, but that's not a surprise since no one had 30 points in the Rockets' last playoff game in game 1. Şengün did come close with 26, but and then the last time the Rockets were in the playoffs, James Harden was the Rockets' best player. So Green has 38 points. We'll see if any other Rockets can have a 30-point performance in the series. It's going to either be Jalen or Şengün if it happens. I doubt it because this Rockets team plays great team basketball. I mean, it could happen, but I doubt it because this Rockets team plays great team basketball. And it's not often you see it. We'll see what happens. It very well could happen, and if it's going to happen, it's definitely going to be number 28 or number 4. But great game for Jalen Green tonight. 6 assists as well, 3 steals. I thought what I liked early about Jalen is before the shots were falling, because the shots weren't falling early on for Jalen, or like really early on. Before, Jalen had some looks that he could have taken, but there were 3 assists I really loved early on for Jalen Green where, we saw a lot of shots that Jalen took in game 1 where going to the rim were not successful and just having a terrible time going to the paint in game 1. Early on, he had opportunities to potentially take shots at the paint, but there were 2 different plays early in the game. I believe both of them were in the first quarter where he has a Min Thompson cuts to the basket, and Jalen Green could take a shot, could drive in and shoot the shot, but he makes the smart play and gives it to Min Thompson. And then there was also another play, where Jalen Green has the opportunity to drive. He is driving, could take the shot, could be a bad shot for Jalen. But Tari Eason is wide open in the corner, and he kicks it to Tari, and Tari knocks it down. And I thought maybe Jalen Green should have done that more in game 1, and he didn't. And he did that early on, and that's why he had 6 assists tonight. I thought he did a great job facilitating in this game, but mostly early on in plays to Min Thompson cutting to the basket and the Tari Eason 3-pointer. So that was great for Jalen. He also had 4 rebounds. I thought Jalen also played really aggressively defensively, had 2 tie-ups with Curry, 3 steals, was really good. And did do a great job not turning the ball over in this game. I thought that was huge for this team in general. Rockets tonight had 10 turnovers, and their last game they got near 20. So that a complete difference as well for this Rockets team tonight. Alperen Şengün, like I mentioned, had a near triple-double, 17, 7 assists, and 16 rebounds, 2 steals for him. The Rockets as a team tonight had 9 steals. Jalen did lead that. Well, Jalen and Fred were tied for 3 apiece. Speaking of Fred, another bad shoe night, but here's the thing I like about Fred in this game. Fred didn't force it. Fred in game 1, he forced it. Now, he didn't. It was 13 threes that he took in game 1. That went down a lot. 7 threes, he made 1. I'm not saying Fred was good or anything from 3 when it comes to his 3-point shooting, but I thought what was great from Fred is he didn't overforce the 3-point shooting tonight. And if they're gonna fall down, they're gonna fall down for Fred. He's a good shooter. If he can get hot, and when Fred is hot, it's hard to deal with. But there's also times where it's just really cold for Fred VanVleet. And sometimes you'll see him, stop shooting. This is not working out. And sometimes you'll just see him keep shooting like he did in game one. And he didn't shoot as much in this game tonight. I thought was good. But 2 for 8, 7 points, 6 rebounds, 2 assists, three steals, 1 block. But regardless of what Fred was offensively tonight, it doesn't change the fact that Fred was really good defensively tonight with 3 steals and a block. Rockets had 4 blocks tonight. Then Dillon Brooks had 16 points, 6 for 12, 2 for 5 from 3. On X, I was arguing with a Grizzlies fan who was talking about how bad Dillon Brooks was, saying that Dillon Brooks was going to shoot 4 for 14 in this game tonight and was going to be terrible, and was telling me that I can't see when a player's ass. But Dillon Brooks in 25 minutes, 16 points, 3 rebounds, 6 for 12, did not shoot 4 for 14. And a really good shooting night for Dillon Brooks. Amen Thompson, 11 points, 3 assists, 4 for 7. I'd like to see the Rockets attack with Amen Thompson more in the rim. Only 23 minutes for Amen tonight. But the Warriors do not have a lot of size. And Amen Thompson can have a really easy time getting at the rim. It's something I'd like to see the Rockets do more. Jabari Smith Jr. had 5 points and 5 rebounds in 24 minutes. And you didn't see Jabari have the 11 and 6 he had in game one because Tari Eason stepped up. Game one, Tari was 3 for 10. Took a lot of bad shots. Had a lot of shots at the rim he should have made. Some threes as well. That changed. 6 for 9, 2 for 2 from 3, 14 points, 6 rebounds, 1 assist. He was great. Outside of Jabari and Tari, Steven Adams, not as good as he was in game one. Game one, he had 6 and 12. 3 rebounds for Steven, 17 minutes. No shots taken. Went 1 for 2 at the free throw line. 1 point, 1 steal, 1 block for Steven. So solid game for him. Aaron Holiday did get 5 minutes early in the game. In the first half, Ime did decide to give Aaron Holiday some minutes. He did take 2 shots, missed both, but had a rebound and an assist, and that was it for Aaron Holiday. And then late in the game, we saw the substitutions that Ime Udoka made. Jeff Green, Cam Whitmore, Nate Williams, Reed Shepherd all checked in for the final 2 minutes of the ballgame alongside Aaron Holiday with them. Yeah, in that time, Jeff Green took 2 shots, missed them both. You'd like to see Jeff Green could be at the end of his career. You'd like to see him get one more playoff make since he's played 17 years. But Jeff did get a rebound. Cam took 1 shot, missed it, but had a rebound. The Rockets didn't make a shot in the 2 minutes where the Rockets brought out Reed, Holiday, Nate Williams, Jeff Green, and that group. But it's still good to see those guys get some playoff minutes. Some of those guys getting their first playoff minutes ever. Not Jeff and Aaron Holiday, but Reed Shepherd, Nate Williams, Cam Whitmore getting their first ever playoff minutes. Good to see. For the Warriors tonight, Stephen Curry with 20 points, 9 assists, 5 rebounds, 6 for 15, 4 for 9 from 3. Like I said, Jimmy only played 8 minutes. Draymond, 8 points, 5 rebounds, 1 assist, 3 steals, 1 block. We'll see if he wins Defensive Player of the Year tomorrow. I hope not. Kuminga had been out of the game, had been out of the rotation their last 3 really important games. He played 11 points. He's going to be big for them if Butler is seriously injured. Outside of that, Quentin Post was knocked down today, 4 for 8 from 3, 12 points. Pat Spencer checked in early on, 11 points. And this was a great win for the Rockets in Game 2 to tie this series up, save the Rockets season, because not many teams come back from down 0-2. Not only that, it's even harder when your next 2 road games, next 2 games would be road games. So I think you got to feel more confident about this team with the injuries to Jimmy Butler, and then also being tied 1 apiece going into, Golden State, San Francisco. And here's the other thing I will say. And this is my prediction. The Rockets would have won this game, regardless of what happens with Jimmy Butler. That's my thing. That's my prediction. Jimmy Butler's great. I thought the Rockets came out with an intensity tonight. We're knocking down threes. I think if Jimmy Butler stays in this game, it is a much closer game. I think the Rockets win in a really close nail biter. But I think the Rockets still would have won this game even if Jimmy Butler doesn't come back, does come back in the game or doesn't get hurt at all. Now, here's the thing. If Jimmy Butler doesn't return to the series and the Rockets win this series, maybe you could look at it and say, oh, yeah, if Jimmy Butler doesn't get hurt, there's this, thing of the Rockets don't win this series if Jimmy Butler was healthy or not. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that's what people would say. And I wouldn't blame him because the Rockets fans felt the same way when Chris Paul got injured. But this game specifically, I don't think the Rockets lose this game if even if they were even if Jimmy Butler was out there for his normal minutes, because the Rockets had too much on the line here and played too well of basketball. Jimmy would have made things better. He would have played better defense. He would have helped the Warriors play better defense, maybe caused some more turnovers for the Rockets. But I think the Rockets still probably would have won around 3 to 6 points in this game, even if Jimmy doesn't get hurt. Let me know your thoughts on the Rockets' 109-94 win in Game 2 in the comment section, and peace out, go Rockets.